What is up, everybody? It's been a minute since I've streamed. How's everybody doing this morning? It's freezing in Baltimore, so you should be inside watching my stream instead of being outside in that god-awful cold. Hope everybody's having a good Saturday. We are just days away from pitchers and catchers reporting. But let's talk Orioles. Unless you've been living under a rock, the Orioles still don't have their ace, their frontline starting pitcher. We thought it was going to be Ranger Suarez. He went to Detroit. We have been tied via free agency or trade to pretty much any arm that is out there. But yet, none of them have signed with Baltimore yet. Does that make a failure of an offseason? No, because the one thing that Mike Elias did do right is he vastly improved this lineup. Because here's the thing, he could have put all of his eggs in one basket and, focused on pitching first. But last time I checked, whenever we've gotten eliminated from the playoffs, it's not because we haven't pitched. It's because we haven't hit. We could have the greatest pitchers in the world, but if we're not scoring runs, then it don't matter. That being said, I mean, of course, obviously, I would love to have a frontline starting pitcher, and I still think there's possibilities of trade out there. I'm seeing the Jackson Holiday to Detroit rumors for Tariq Skubal pop up again, especially with the acquisition of Blaze Alexander. I'm seeing the rumors. I've heard the rumblings on social media that Alexander may have been brought in to, play the infield in some way, shape, or form. Second base, third base. If Holiday or Westberg get made the centerpiece of a Tariq Skubal trade, how would you all feel about a Tariq Skubal to Baltimore trade and possibly giving up Westy and or Holiday? Would you be okay with that? Me personally, the only way that I'm okay with that is if Tariq Skubal agrees to an extension first. I am not giving up a key young player of this team for somebody that's going to be able to walk at the end of the season. So that's my general take. If this rumored trade were to happen, I would honestly feel like it would be a good move if we could get Skubal to sign a 3, 4, 5 year deal. I still stand by the fact of I would never want to give a starting pitcher anything more than a 5 year deal. Honestly, 5 for me is stretching it. I don't know that I'd want to do anything more than a 4 year deal on a starting pitcher. Let me know your thoughts. Even if we go into this go into the season, go into spring training with the roster we have now, I think we're competing for the division. I definitely, and most definitely the wild card. I think people are selling a healthy Zach Eflin short. I think people are selling. I always think people are selling Dean Kramer short, but then Dean hasn't done a great job of proving me wrong. Sometimes I'll say, and plus, I think sometimes Dean forgets that the baseball regular season starts in April. It would be nice if somebody could remind him of that, or maybe he can pretend that March is April and April is May. That would be extremely kind. But one of the things I have to say, like everybody says, got to go get that starter, got to go get that starter. I don't necessarily disagree with that, but I think the bigger problem is how do we get from the starting rotation to Ryan Helsley? And I know my buddy Pigtown Sports has alluded to this. I've seen other people allude to this. I think the bigger problem for the Orioles is not the starting rotation, it's the bullpen. Tell me this, outside of Kittredge in the seventh and or eighth, and Ryan Helsley in the ninth, who in the bullpen do you have confidence in? Who in this Orioles bullpen do you believe can come in and get you quality innings, quality outs? Because I'm honestly not seeing it. If we take a look, there's your projected bullpen. Ryan Helsley, Andrew Kittredge, Keegan Aiken, Colin Shelby, Cano, which I think Cano is going to end up starting the season in the minors for the Orioles. I love what Garcia gave us last year, and I think the man who's going to play the biggest role in the bullpen for the Orioles that's not named Ryan Helsley is Tyler Wells. I think Tyler Wells is going to end up being our bridge guy, possibly, and I can see us, unfortunately, possibly. See, there you go, Big Down. You hit the nail on the head. We have confidence in the bullpen catcher. That's about it. But I do have confidence in Helsley and Kittredge. Outside of those two, not much. By the way, Big Town Sports is in here. Appreciate you, Zach. Love you, my brother. If you're not following Pigtown Sports or subscribe to Pigtown Sports on YouTube, please do so. Easily the best, one of the best baseball content creators on YouTube. Nothing but love for this guy. And I'm not just saying that because he's a friend. I take that back. Looking at this bullpen, I would say I do have some confidence in Garcia and Shelby. The scary thing is I could sit there and make a case why I have confidence in every one of these guys, but I could also sit here and make a case why Ryan Helsley may never get a save opportunity unless it's 8-7 or 7-5 or. But then if you scroll up, the biggest gift Mike Elias gave to this pitching staff is the new and improved lineup. We're going to score runs this year. Unless we're not healthy, there's no way that this lineup is not top 4 in the American League in runs scored, possibly home runs. As long as they don't mess up on the bases and run themselves out of innings like they did so many times last year. Somebody change Jackson Holiday to first base this year, because I'd never seen a young guy with the kind of speed he has get caught stealing and get picked off as much as Jackson Holiday did last year. Mr. Alvarez, change Jackson Holiday to first base. Top 8, I think that's being generous. I think they with the lineup we're looking at right there, if nothing changes, that offense, there is no excuse for that offense not to be top 4. Let's look at it. I think they have the best offense in our division, short of maybe the Blue Jays, because realistically, outside of Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton, if he's healthy, who do the Yankees have? The Red Sox could be a top offense, but they'd be asking a lot from a lot of unproven hitters. But then again, I guess you can say the same thing about the Orioles. We have a lot of young, unproven hitters. I think the Rays, even though they always seem to be competitive, I think they're going to take another step back. I think this is a 3-team division. The Orioles, the Blue Jays, and the Red Sox. I'm going to say it here now. The New York Yankees are going to finish in 4th place. I don't know who's going to finish 1 through 3, but the New York Yankees are a 4th place ball club in the American League East. And it's not even so much because of what the Yankees didn't do or what they aren't. It's because I believe in the Blue Jays, I believe in the Orioles, and I even believe in the young Red Sox and everything they did this offseason. Now, Pig John especially, because he's here. Anybody that watches this stream after the fact, probably going to bookmark this, and maybe in June I'll look stupid, and the Orioles will be in last place, and the Yankees will have a 5-game lead in first place. Because guess what? That's baseball. And you can't predict baseball. I don't know. You think it's too early, being just before spring training, to go over make predictions? Let's see. I am going to pick. I'll go ahead and do it. I wasn't planning on it, but actually, well, I'll save predictions for another stream, because I want to do the thumbnail and set it up as a predictions video. I will say this: the Orioles are a playoff team this year. Obviously contingent on health, but then again, everything's contingent on health. I honestly believe the biggest improvement for the Orioles is going to be the coaching staff because Craig Alvarez, the people he's brought in, the interviews I've seen, the comments from the players, this team seems more energized than I've seen an Orioles ball club since Buck Showalter was initially brought in. And we all know what Buck coming into Baltimore did for this franchise. I think this coaching staff, I'm not even necessarily just saying Craig Alvarez, because it's not just about Craig, it's about the guys he's brought in to coach alongside him. I truly believe that this coaching staff is going to bring the best out of these ball players. Uh, Geek Squad, my first job. Good luck. I should have found out if Geek Squad has any special things to come and optimize my streaming setup. Come set up everything for me. All my wiring is so tight. If I move something, something's going to unplug. But I'm excited for this year. But then again, I'm always excited for baseball. What apparently happened with friend just texted me that I see about Yasiel Puig. What apparently happened with him? What did he do? Always love when people that do not go out of their way to talk to me any other time want to text me while I'm streaming. You gotta love it. While you're here, please make sure you like the stream, subscribe to the channel. We will have MLB The Show Orioles franchise content. That game comes out in a little more than a month. March 13th, I believe. I don't know if I'm going to start the franchise right away or if I'm going to wait for closer to opening day to get that opening day roster update. Something tells me I'm going to be waiting because here we are a week away from spring training and there's still a lot of quality free agents out there, which brings me to one of my interesting points. And I know Pigtown and I have discussed this quite a bit through text. I never used to be a guy that used to say the MLB needs a signing period like football does. But these last two off seasons has at least leaned me in the direction of maybe baseball needs to look at a signing period. You know, because it is ridiculous to have the amount of talent still sitting out in free agency. And we are a week away from pitchers and catchers reporting. You know, and what it comes down to is, I mean, it's not a matter of, oh, this person's. It's the two sides, the owners and the players, waiting for one or the other to blink. Obviously, the players want the most money they can get, more power to them. That's what they should do. Owners want to try to keep those deals down. So you know, You wait until you get into free agency, all of a sudden an injury happens. Oh, all of a sudden, okay, Dean Kramer, God forbid something happens to Dean Kramer's arm the first couple days of workouts. All of a sudden, oh, that desire to have Zach Gallen, okay, it may not may become a no longer a desire to have him. It may be we need him, so all of a sudden that money he wants doesn't look so bad. So let me know. Do you think baseball needs a signing period? I don't think it would be the worst thing in the world. Do I think it's needed? No. Kind of. Oh, I kind of like the fact that I am figured out how to get myself blended into the background. I do wish I could cut out the bottom line of the so it looks a little more blended because you can. I've definitely improved the quality of my presentation. I have a I have something being worked on that uh you all love the videos. I will say this in regards to MLB The Show 26. I'm going to try to play as many games live as possible, but you are going to get some video content for MLB The Show 26. I do not have the time in my personal life or in my professional life to stream MLB The Show as frequently as I used to. So yes, you'll get every game, but it's going to be some games are going to be videos, some games are going to be streams. But with that said, I'm going to actually hop off here. I didn't intend on this being a long one. I just wanted to hop on, let everybody know that yes, I am alive. I know I haven't been doing much content lately. That will ramp up as the new games come out. Don't forget to, if you're a wrestling fan and you watch this, don't forget to subscribe to Off the Top Rope Entertainment. You'll be getting WWE 2K26 on that channel. And I will see you all next time.